Hey there everybody, welcome back. I am the Gerbil, also known as Joel Sutton, and today I am going to show you a couple of Photoshop tricks using free transform to warp the shape of this book to fill the canvas after I crop off the edges. Then I'm going to show you how to use the clone stamp tool to erase things like the overlapping finger and maintain an authentic appearance of the page underneath it. Finally, I'm going to replace the text on this, and then I'm going to use the free transform again to apply some more interesting text dialogue to this picture, which, by the way, comes from an outstanding book called Beneath the Bed. So let's start off by cropping. Press C on your keyboard for the crop bounding boxes. And what I want to do now is just try to remove as much of the background as I can without losing any of the book itself. And you'll see that even when I do that, it's not going to be perfect because this is not a great straight image to work with from the start. I apply that by pressing the return or enter key on the PC, and it did pretty good, but we need to fill up our canvas and straighten this up a bit. So before we can transform it, we need to unlock the layer. So if you look down here in your layers palette, there's a little lock on your background layer. So we're just gonna click that. That unlocks it. That actually enables us to work now with a transparent background, which I'm not too worried about right now. So how do I transform it? We go to the edit menu and we choose free transform, or we press Command T on the keyboard. I believe that would be Option T on a PC. I don't recall exactly. Anyway, now that we're here, we can resize and rotate, but we don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to warp this page. When you choose warp, I just right click and choose warp. It brings up a rule of thirds grid. It's a 3x3 grid. And now we can click on any part of our canvas and we can drag it to reshape it, kind of bending and warping this by just very small nudges. I'm slowly filling the canvas and moving those little edges of the table off that didn't get cropped properly. So there we go. Now, just like crop, I'm going to apply that by pressing the return or enter key, or up here in the control bar, you have a little check that you can press, or you can cancel it. Now, this is not bad. Oops, looks like I moved my book. I sure did. I moved it. So let's go ahead and warp that again, and we'll just clean that up real fast. Okay, and one more, and there, we're done. Return. Now I'm ready to get rid of these fingers. Now, when you're working on part of like removing something right on the edge of your canvas, it can be rather tricky, actually. You might be thinking that you can just do this using the spot healing brush, paint over it, and watch the magic, but that doesn't work too well when it's on the edge of your canvas. So this is why I want to show you the clone stamp tool, S for stamp. Now, the way this works, it works by copying some part of your canvas to another part by using a brush. You first target it. You tell it, say, hey, copy from right here. This is the area I want you to copy. So you hold down the Option key or Alt on a PC, and you click where you want to copy from. So notice my cursor changing when I press the Option key. I'm going to copy from right here. I click there. Now I move my mouse over, and you see that wherever I move it, it's showing me the area I cloned from. So if I click now and I begin to paint, I can then paint away whatever was there by just copying. Now you might be asking, why is there a straight line here? Because I didn't go high enough. It was copying from the edge of the canvas. So you could actually just say, you know what, clone from the edge of that canvas. That way, whatever you have, if I can, there we go, click on it correctly, and I'm still missing, my gosh. Anyway, you can then come in here and just clean this stuff up. All right, see that? The finger is gone, and when you zoom out, no one would notice. So let's get rid of the number here. I'm just gonna target, Option, click next to it, and then I'm just gonna paint over it. Voila. Same over here in the corner, Option, click, and paint little fixed corner there. Up here, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but in the corner, it's really hard to notice, but there is a color gradient. We have a lighter blue here and a darker yellow over here. So notice if I come down here and I click like someplace far away and I start painting, you can really see that color difference. So what I want to do to fix that is instead I'm going to come out a little bit and I'm going to make sure that the brush I'm using is a nice big feathered brush. If you use a hard brush, that color difference is even more obvious. So make sure you're using a feathered soft brush so that you can blend these colors. So I target, and then I can come in here and I can gradually paint away. You may need to let go of the mouse and apply a new brush stroke to it. And with a little bit of practice, you can blend that all in and make it nice and perfect. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, like I said, I want to replace this text. So I'm going to use, I could use my clone stamp and just try to paint away, but this is just going to end up cloning the same texture over and over again. So in this case, I am indeed going to use my spot healing brush, and I'm just going to paint across one line, get that again, then the next line, get it again and again and again and again and again, and then the next line. Ooh, look at that. All right, now Beth said, John, I am scared. I want to put the word scared here. I want to really emphasize scared, and I'm gonna write that kind of in a fun font, scared, S-C, I can spell, A-R-E-D, right? And I'm going to make it nice and big. There it is. But what I want to do is I want to give it some depth perception. So after I type it, I move it into the position I want, and then I'm going to convert it from a text layer to a raster layer, meaning it's made up of pixels. So I right click and I choose rasterize type. Now I can do a lot of things with it, including edit, free transform. So Command T to transform. I can resize it again if I want. I can reposition it, I can rotate it. But what I want to do, I said, is add some perspective, some depth to it. This is one of my favorites. You can grab on any bounding box and you can pivot it, tilt it, add perspective, make it stand up, out like it's coming towards you. You can do a lot of fun stuff with this. So there we go. I'm just going to do a silly, scared perspective. And then when I'm done, I just push return. All right, I hope this video was helpful. If so, you know what to do. Hit that like button, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.